If you can only go to one voiceover conference in a year, which voiceover conference would it be? Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Mark Scott, and this is probably one of the most common questions that pops up in my inbox throughout the year. And why? Because there are so many different conferences to choose from. How do you choose? Yeah, we'd love to be able to go to all of them, but that's probably not a reality for most people, as it can get a little bit pricey traveling around from conference to conference. So when you've got That's Voiceover, VO Mastery, VO Atlanta, the Midwest Voiceover Conference, the Mid-Atlantic Voiceover Conference, FAFCon, FAFCamp, the WOVO Conference, there are so many different options, and you are going to have to prioritize, unless, of course, you have endless funds and you can, in fact, travel around to all of them. So, the question that everybody asks is, how do I choose? If you could only go to one, which one would you suggest? That puts a lot of pressure on me. I don't necessarily want to make that decision for you, but let me give you a couple of tips that can help you to make that decision as you start to think about where you want to go. First and foremost is the expense of it. Now, I say expense, but I don't want you to think of it as an expense. I want you to remember that this is an investment in yourself and in your business, and that is always going to be worth it. And of course, it's also a tax write-off, which is convenient too. But if you live up in the Northwest, for example, maybe traveling all the way across the country to Atlanta isn't going to be the best option for you, whereas, traveling down the coast to California might be. So geographically, it might make more sense for you to visit one of those conferences down in California. So think about that. Are you going to have to pay for airfare? Are you going to have to pay for rental cars, hotels, all these different expenses, right? Think about that sort of thing. That's probably going to help you out a little bit. But then, and this one is probably more important than anything else, what are your goals? Why is it that you're going to the conference in the first place? What are you looking to get out of that conference? Are you going because you want to attend specific courses? Are you going because you want to work with specific instructors or specific coaches? Do you have a certain goal? By the time I'm done this conference, I want to have a better understanding of X. By the time I'm finished with this conference, I want to be better at fill in the blank. So think about your goals. Think about what it is that you're trying to accomplish, what it is that you want to get out of the conference, and that is going to go a long way to helping you choose which one you want to go to. And then, of course, the other thing you have to think about is looking over the schedule, which one is going to offer you the most value. There's no way that you're ever going to be able to attend every session that every conference has to offer. So you have to think very strategically and specifically about what you're trying to get out of the conference so that you can plan your schedule accordingly. So if you want to learn audiobooks and you want to be able to crush it in audiobooks, you're going to look for a conference that offers a lot of different options for audiobook learning. That makes the most sense for you. But maybe if you're a rookie, you're just starting out or thinking about starting out, maybe some of the advanced classes aren't the right thing for you. So you're looking for something that's going to give you more of a starter's perspective and help you figure out how to build what it is that you are trying to accomplish and what it is that you're trying to grow. So you got to be very strategic. You got to think about your goals. Once you narrow down those things, how much money you've got to spend, you've got to put it in the budget, whether or not it's realistic for you to travel there geographically, what it is that you are trying to accomplish, what are your goals, what do you want to learn from this conference, what do you want to walk away with it from. Once you figure out all that stuff, it's going to be a lot easier for you to make the decision and pick the right conference that's going to give you the most benefit for your dollar.